It's great to have you back. Welcome. Grab a pillow, take a seat, get comfortable. We're here for a couple of minutes before getting into some poses. In this chapter, we're going to be exploring back body stretches. And we've almost completed the whole picture. In the next chapter will be the side body, and then you're going to have such a well-rounded understanding of the basics and fundamentals of yoga. So credit to you for taking on this course. And yeah, it can be daunting learning something new, and I hope I've made it easy and playful so it hasn't been too rough on you, and I hope your body's feeling good as well. No doubt there might be a little bit of soreness. This happens when we begin to activate and use muscles that have been dormant for a while. So don't worry if it is, totally normal. Keep it up, and you'll be feeling golden in your body in no time. Now, like the previous series of stretches, the forward folds, also known as back bends, back body stretches, commonly in most yoga circles, is known as forward folds. And using the terminology from Ian Finn, who I've learned from, he's renaming this series of stretches as back body stretches instead of forward folds. Why? The name forward fold, which is understandable when you see some of the poses, absolutely. It makes sense. However, it sets us up for a common misconception that the more that I can fold forward, the more successful I am in this pose. Whereas the goal and how these stretches should be measured is the amount of healthy stretch that we can feel through our back body. I'll give you an example just quickly. So, halfway lift and forward fold. Now, if I come right down, if I collapse into this pose and I go a bit limp, I don't have much engagement, there's a nice release in the lower back. That's good, and that can be healthy sometimes when we do ragdoll, which is when we clasp our elbows and we hang here. That's a nice release. However, for a forward fold, there's no muscles being stretched. And then if I think of it as a forward fold, it's like, all right, how much can I fold over? That's what I'm trying to get here, a forward fold. Whereas a forward fold is a back body stretch. This can be really juicy for the hamstrings, calves, even in the lower back at halfway lift. As we lift up, I feel a nice lengthening through the lower back, through the glute maximus here. And then as I fold, I maintain the length in my spine, and I feel a really nice stretch down here, down into my Achilles. And so this is me doing a forward fold again. And then this is me performing the forward fold with keeping the back body stretch in mind. So there we go, a halfway lift and then I forward fold. And so I hope that's a good example for you of why I choose to name this series of stretches as a back body stretch. And you'll see it throughout the poses as well. There's opportunity you're able to collapse in these poses, and whereas we're looking for a bit more length and integrity through the pose, which will enable us to target the muscles that we want to target. And I'll run through them. So we've got the hamstrings on our back, the back of our legs here, calves, the Achilles, the erector muscles, which run up the side of the spine from the pelvis all the way up to the top of your scapula. And then we've got the adductor magnus, which runs inside here on both sides as well. And so that gets a nice stretch through these bodies of stretches. And what else is there? The glute. So a huge muscle in your backside. And why the back body stretches are so important is when we're in the office all day, for those of us that sit at a desk, we sit like this, and our glutes and our hamstrings and our calves tighten over time. And so this is a major cause for a lot of people in having some back pain. And these back body stretches are perfect for alleviating that, and it's worked miracles for me. And I actually suffered with migraines and tension headaches for a long time. And when I started to deepen my yoga practice, and in particular spending some time just stretching out the back side of my body, those headaches and migraines have gone away. And I felt like a new man. So it's really powerful to be able to know how to do this. And if you are experiencing some back pain, it may potentially help. And I'm excited for you in this journey that you're coming across it. So finally, how do we achieve the maximum benefit out of the back body stretches? And it all comes down to the pelvis, really. And for me, I broke my ankle when I was 17, and I didn't take the recovery super seriously. Being at 17, I was partying a bit and doing whatever, and so I didn't really get my body back to its natural state. And then it was only about 10 years after that incident when I found out how tight I was throughout my whole body. My hips had actually, since my ankle was broken, everything got so tight and my hips got locked up, and I'm still working through opening my hips up. It's huge, and when your hips are open, you can get more rotation in the pelvis. So a demonstration again. If I was to rotate the pelvis inwards, you can see a bit of a tucking of the pelvis. So I'm going to just take this off just to demonstrate here. One moment, bear with me. Thank you. Hat back on, means business. So my pelvis standing up straight, and I'm going to tuck it forward, and then I'm going to rotate it backwards. Tuck it forward and backwards. Now, this might be quite difficult for you to do if it's the first time that you're playing around with rotation in the pelvis. However, over time and consistent practice, this will free up. And I think I'm only halfway there in the journey of really getting back to my like body's natural state of being within my like skeletal and muscles. I still think I'm suffering from this injury, even though it's 13 years later. So, a demonstration of it in a pose. Halfway lift, I lengthen, and then as I come down, I want to rotate the pelvis. It's like picturing as a cog, just rotating like this. And you'll notice it fires the hamstrings up. And so if I'm down, I can do it from anywhere. And it'll take some engagement through your hip flexors, these muscles here, to start to move your pelvis around. And so I've got, what's another pose that I could show you? The cat and cow is a good example, which is also a nice back body stretch in the cat. I'm rotating my pelvis. And so pelvis engagement is super important for all of yoga, and especially the back body stretches. So it might be a bit tricky at first to get your pelvis moving. But just be aware that's what we're aiming to do throughout these stretches. And if you're struggling, I'm going to do one more demonstration. So downward facing dog. Even see the bend in my knees, I'm just taking the pressure off my back body. But then if I push my hips back and up, so watch, back and up, it really, that's helping me rotate my pelvis and introducing the stretch into the hamstrings. But you've got to warm into it as well. Don't go full throttle straight away. So I'm excited to share this one. Let's get into it. I'll share 6 or 7 core back body stretches, foundational back body stretches for you. And then we'll sync it all up into a bit of a flow, and I'll mix in a few front body stretches and some of our foundation poses as well. And yeah, I reckon I might pick the tempo up for this one and see where we end up. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into it.